Imagine if you could remember everything. Imagine if you could remember every birthday party, every random math class, every awkward middle school moment, every single password you've ever forgotten. Sounds pretty great, right? Or maybe terrifying? Everything. Because what if your brain became like the world's messiest hard drive with no delete button? Well, today, we're diving into the question, what if your brain could store unlimited memories forever? Right now, your brain is like a library with limited shelf space. Scientists estimate the average brain can store something like 2.5 petabytes of information. That's about 3 million hours of TV shows. Pretty impressive, unless you've ever tried to remember where you put your keys. But in reality, your brain doesn't keep everything. It constantly edits, deletes, and rewrites memories, like a lazy librarian who throws out the boring books. You don't remember every single word of every conversation you've had. You remember the highlights, the funny parts, and the moments that mattered. But what if we flip that? What if your brain could store everything forever? No forgetting, no editing, no oops, my bad, just a permanent mental archive of your entire life. Let's start small. Daily life. No more lost car keys, ever. You'd instantly know the exact moment you dropped them between the couch cushions on March 14th at 8:47 p.m., right after you ordered pizza. You'd never forget someone's name. That awkward moment at parties where you're like, hey, buddy, gone. You just know, forever. School would be wild. If you had unlimited memory, you'd never forget anything you studied. Every math equation, every historical date, every spelling rule would be stuck in your head like permanent wallpaper. Finals week, easy A's for life. Sounds amazing, right? But hang on, because now we hit the first problem, mental clutter. Here's the thing, forgetting is actually useful. Imagine if your brain had to keep track of every cereal box you've ever eaten, every boring email, every time someone said, how's it going on the street? That's a lot of mental junk. Normally, your brain cleans house. It deletes unimportant stuff so you can focus. If you couldn't forget, your mind might feel like a room where every single piece of junk mail is pinned to the wall. Sure, you could technically read it all, but good luck finding the one bill that actually matters. This is a real thing, by the way. There are people with something called highly superior autobiographical memory. They can remember every single day of their lives in vivid detail. And while that sounds like a superpower, many of them describe it as exhausting. Their minds are constantly replaying memories, good and bad, like a Netflix marathon they can't turn off. So yeah, unlimited memory might not be the life hack you're hoping for. Now let's get personal. Think about your worst day, the one where everything went wrong. Maybe you failed a test, embarrassed yourself in front of your crush, or had a massive fight with a friend. Normally, your brain softens those memories over time. They fade, they lose their sting, and eventually you move on. But with unlimited memory, every painful moment would feel fresh forever. That breakup from 10 years ago still hurts. That time in kindergarten when you accidentally called your teacher mom, still humiliating. Your brain wouldn't just remember the facts, it would remember the feelings. And those feelings could replay like old wounds that never heal. Forgetting, it turns out, is a kind of emotional first aid. Without it, your past could trap you in a loop of regret. But okay, let's not get too gloomy. There would be upsides too, massive ones. Imagine being able to learn languages like a pro. You'd hear a word once and boom, it's in your memory forever. You could watch a cooking tutorial and instantly become a master chef, or memorize every song ever written and perform them flawlessly at karaoke. Detectives would love this. You could solve crimes just by remembering tiny details no one else noticed. Doctors could recall every case study they'd ever read. Artists could carry every inspiration, every sketch, every idea with perfect clarity. In other words, unlimited memory could give you a kind of super genius edge. Society would probably change fast. Schools wouldn't even need textbooks. You just have to see the knowledge once, and it'd be yours forever. But here's the twist. Unlimited memory doesn't mean unlimited thinking power. Your brain still has to process and organize all that data. Right now, when you try to recall a memory, your brain searches through a kind of mental filing cabinet. With unlimited memories, that cabinet would stretch to infinity. Good luck trying to find the one memory you need when there are billions of equally vivid ones screaming for attention. It'd be like trying to Google something, but without the search bar. Just endless scrolling through your mental hard drive. And here's the kicker. Our brains don't store memories like video recordings. They're more like messy sketches, pieced together from fragments. If you had every fragment forever, the noise might drown out the signal. You could end up overwhelmed, confused, or stuck reliving the past instead of living in the present. So here's the shocking truth. Unlimited memory might actually make life worse. We think forgetting is a flaw, but it's actually one of our greatest strengths. Forgetting helps us heal, focus, and stay sane. It's like your brain's spam filter. Without it, you wouldn't just be smarter. You'd probably be more anxious, more distracted, and more miserable. In fact, if you remembered everything, you might stop enjoying new experiences. Why watch a new movie if you can perfectly replay every old one in your head? Why fall in love again if you can still feel the heartbreak of the first time, clear as day? Unlimited memory could lock you in the past instead of letting you move forward. So what's the takeaway? Forgetting isn't weakness, it's balance. Our brains are designed to keep the important stuff, the lessons, the skills, the stories, and let the rest fade away. It's what makes room for new ideas, new adventures, and new happiness. If we could store unlimited memories forever, we wouldn't be living our best lives. We'd be trapped in a never-ending scrapbook of every detail, good and bad. So next time you forget where you left your keys, maybe don't be so hard on yourself. Your brain isn't failing, it's just doing you a favor. So what do you think? Would you want unlimited memory, or do you think forgetting is actually a blessing? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your take. And hey, if you enjoyed this little trip into the world of what if, hit that like button, subscribe for more curious science stories, and maybe try to remember to ring the bell so you never miss a new video.